Celestial blessings, my name is Helen Demetriou, and I thought I'd show you how I make a Cypriot soup. And I say Cypriot because they make it in Greece, but this is the way that we make it in Cyprus. So you're going to need a chicken cleaned and with the wings cut off, if that's how you like it. That's how I like it. Please do not leave any comments about me eating meat. This is how I choose to live. You choose to live how you want. You know, you don't just need to pick on me just because I'm eating meat. I'm not the only person in the world. So you're going to need 6 eggs left out to get to room temperature. And here I have a bowl of a cup of rice with water so that it can soak up the water and it can expand, so that when it goes into the soup it doesn't take too much of the juice. And I'm just going to show you the chicken. Here is the chicken boiling away. Let's just hope it doesn't get too much steam. Boil it for as long as possible. I boil it for about 2 hours so that it gives a chance for all of the juices to come out of the chicken. I've got all of the heart and the liver, even though I give that to the dog, the heart and the liver, the neck, so you can get as much stock as possible from the chicken. And I'm going to use that. I'll take the chicken out and I'll put the rice in to cook the rice. Now I'm just going to take you outside because for this we need lots and lots of lemons. That's why it's called Avgolemoni, meaning egg and lemon. Here is my trusty lemon tree. We're having outside retiles, so it's full of rubbish, and we had really bad hail. I'll show you all the mandarins from our mandarin tree. It just dropped everywhere. So this is going to be fun now because I'm going to have to try and get our lemons. Where are we? There we go. And I just hope and pray that a million insects don't just drop on my head because I'll have a heart attack. And also the neighbours are, you know, really enjoying listening to me talking to myself, because you know they can't live without you know, being nosy. Let's have a look. So this is my beautiful lemon tree. Now I'm going to get loads and loads of lemons because it's a big pot. You need lots and lots of lemons to put in, and also for people to add if they're what do you call it? They want some more lemons. Let's get that one up there. And I will leave an offering later of thanks for the lemons that my beautiful, gorgeous and sexy lemon tree has given to me. Now once I've took them off my tree, I wash them because we do put, I spray them with, I make my own insecticide using chili. And you can get more out of a lemon by just rubbing them like that along the counter. When you roll them along the counter, it helps them to release more of their juice. So I just continue to roll them all around, rolling and rolling and rolling. And this is something that I've been making for my family since I was 10 years old, just by watching my mom and my aunties and my friends' mothers making them. And I make it all the time. It's a very big dish here to have in the winter if you're sick. It's a good idea to use them. And so then you just juice the lemons. Now listen, if you want, you can save the lemons and you can slice up the peel and dry them either in the sun or in the oven. I don't recommend the oven, I recommend drying them naturally. And you can use them in teas, in cakes, like you can put them in a blender, or you can even, if you want, you can beforehand get all the, before you cut them, you can grate the skin to get the zest and use it in cakes and dry them and keep it in them in a jar. Or you can cut them up and use them for, you can make, what do they call them? In Greek we call them gigor. I'm trying to remember the English word now. Oh God. You can cut them up and use them as, you can basically, because I'm thick, right, you put them into a saucepan, into a pot, and you put loads of sugar in, and you make them into like a sweet that you can eat them. You candy them, you can candy them. That's it, sorry. You can candy them. I'm a bit dumb sometimes, especially when I've got lots on my mind. So you just continue to oh God. I'm having one of those days. Sorry. So you just, you know, do what you're doing basically. And you squeeze those lemons and you get all of the juice out. And I mean, you've probably got a better juicer than I do, you know, mine's a rubbish plastic thing. And while the chicken is boiling away, which I know that, you know, that's probably going to get some frowns about me mentioning chicken and eating chicken, you know, I don't care. You just leave everything to get to room temperature. And when you're done with all the lemon juice, keep it to the side, and then we'll be adding it to the soup or the broth later. So now the chicken is cooked, I've put the rice into the pot, adding it to the broth to cook. And I like to put about half a teaspoon of cinnamon into it. You don't have to put it, not everybody puts it. I don't want anyone saying, oh, that's not traditional. I don't really care, that's how I make it and how I like it. And I'm going to, using the same bowl, because I don't believe in wasting, you know, so I don't have a dishwasher. I have to wash it up by hand. Same bowl, just break your eggs into the bowl. If you don't have 5, 6 eggs, oh sugar. If you don't have, as I was saying, 6 eggs, you can use 5 eggs, that's fine. And then you just pour some of the lemon juice that you've put. Now you have to remember, this is a lemon and egg soup. So you just whisk up those eggs. They don't have to be, you know, really frothy, and they just have to be whisked so that they're all, everything's combined, the lemon. And when you put the lemon in, you'll find that it makes the eggs go thicker. And you can add the lemon to the end also for taste. But I like to put it in the eggs, it makes the eggs nice and thick. So that's all mixed up. And now I'm just waiting for the rice to cook. So when the soup is, when the rice has cooked and it's cooled down, we need to start adding the eggs. And to do this, first you need to put, I know it looks a bit mangy, but it's okay. You need to put, slowly, ladles full of the broth into the eggs. This ensures that the eggs is warmed up enough to the temperature of the broth so that it doesn't curdle when you put all the eggs into the broth. This is why the broth needs to be cold, absolutely cold, or relatively just warm. And then you just keep adding it and mixing it together like so. And then you just pour it in and give it a stir. Usually I do all this at the stove, but because you need to see how to do it, I'm doing it here at the counter. The next thing that I like to do, you can either leave the chicken whole and in pieces, or you can do what I do, and that is just to tear off all of the meat of the chicken and put it into the soup, so that they're eating they're eating the chicken as they're eating the soup. And I just do this. I don't like the back of the chicken. For some reason, it just really makes me heave. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like that. Why it bothers me so much. But you can instead of breaking it up and putting it in, you can, and by that way my hands are clean, you can have it in pieces, and you can have it in the middle of the table and people take what they want. But I find that, you know, I don't know, but in my family people tend to fight over the legs because those are the juiciest parts, and it's the best way to do that. Some people might like breast, somebody likes these, And I mean, there's only 2 bloody legs on the chicken. So I end up just, the best thing to do is just to put the chicken into the soup. And when I've finished putting all the chicken into the soup, I'll put it back on to a medium heat, stirring all the time until the soup starts to heat up again. We don't want to overheat it, because if we overheat the soup, then the egg starts to curdle, and this is what we really don't want. We really want to avoid anything like that. It should just be hot enough so that when you put a spoonful, when you're testing, you put it to your lips, it burns your lips. I mean, I'm not telling you I want you to burn your lips, I'm just saying that, you know, you have to make sure that the eggs are cooked through, so that you don't have any nasty problems with having uncooked eggs. But at the same time, you don't want it too hot, because then it'll curdle. So, you know, it depends on you. I mean, not everybody, I don't know anybody, Cypriot or Greek, so far today, that doesn't like this soup. I've grown up with this soup, and it's always nice when it's cold outside to eat this soup. And or if you're sick, like I said, it's like our traditional chicken soup that you have, that the Jewish make, a really lovely version of chicken soup. So I'm just getting done now with putting all the chicken in. I'm going to give Maxie Bon, my little doggy, the rest, the heart, and all the nasty mangy bits that's in there, and some of the gristle for him. And that's it. That's all the chicken that I like to use. And I'm going to put it back onto the stove now. Yeah, Maxie. Good boy. So it's at that stage now where it's starting to, you can see the steam rising off it. That means it's more or less ready. And this is a time when I'm going to test it to see if it needs any more lemon or salt. Let me just check. Yep, needs a bit more lemon in there. So all I do is get my lemon and put it in. The more cooked it gets, the thicker it gets, the paler it is. It's not so yellow anymore from the eggs. So that's another indication that it's, you know, when it's ready. You don't want to boil it. You don't want it to boil. You really don't want that. So you need to just see by the steam, by if it's hot enough when you put it to your lips. If it's turned from that a yellowy, very yellow colour, orangey yellow, to a pale, creamy yellow, you know that it's nearly ready. And as you can see, the more I stir it and it gets hotter, the more the cinnamon goes into the dish and it's not on the top anymore. So let me just see. Okay, I do that to see if any egg has started to stick to the rice. That's another indication that it's been cooked too much. Just check again. A little bit more lemon. We like a lot of lemon. And afterwards, when you have it in the bowl on the table, you would have lemon, pepper and salt for people to add to their taste. So I'm just going to continue stirring this and then show you the end. So the soup is now ready to eat. As I said before, you would put some salt in to taste, black pepper, and these should always be on the table so that people can add them as they wish, and a little bit of lemon. Obviously I'm going to put it in a little jug that I have, but I'm running out of time. And that's Avgolemoni, egg and lemon soup. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.